This is like the 8th part of this, and I have like 3 fucking pages to go. Oh my god. I'm gonna die of death and other causes. Okay. Ginny Weasley, he goes on, with relish in his voice. I remember that 11-year-old girl with her father in flourishing pots. So young and so innocent. I knew she would be the ideal person to be taken by the diary. She would be naive enough to let it into her mind. I could see it in her. She was a Weasley, only made the situation even more delicious. I think of Jenny, and how she had nightmares about it, how she released the basilisk, and something within me shatters into a million pieces. Too cowardly to do your own work, were you? I say before I can even stop myself, my voice raising and crackling with emotion. I don't get up from the floor. You could have given Draco that diary, and taught him how to use it. You didn't have to use an 11-year-old girl to do your dirty work, but you'd rather ruin an innocent girl's life than allow yourself to be associated with any wrongdoing. Oh, you cared about getting the Muggleborns out of Hogwarts, but you cared more about your own reputation, didn't you? His face was loosening. What little color it had. Don't talk about what you do not understand. I understand all too well, I screamed, unable to control myself. The words rushed themselves up from my gut. I understand you! You're a coward! His face is a mask of rage. His features are thick and harsh with fury. What did you just call me? You heard what I said! I've really lost it now. All my rage, all my pain, all the fear is spilling out of me in screams and tears of words. If you had any bravery or an honor in you, you might have at least stayed true to your master after his fall, but you didn't. You renounced him rather than go to Azkaban and face up for what you've done. Shut your filthy mouth! He roared. No, I won't! You were a coward when you stabbed my one in half. You didn't want to give me the chance to fight against my capture. Does it make you feel like a big man torturing a helpless teenager when they have no way of fighting back? You coward! You coward! You coward! His fist slams into my jaw. Small lights burst behind my eyes, and the iron taste in my mouth fills my mouth. I lose my balance. The blow is so strong, and I fall. Almost as soon as I hit the ground, he kicks me hard in the stomach. Once, twice, 3 times. I scream, and then there is silence. I watch him as he turns around and walks to the other side of the room and stands there a few moments with his back to me. Can't breathe. Hurts too much. For what reason? For what seems like ages, we lie still. I lie still, desperately rubbing my stomach in an attempt to get rid of the pain. He doesn't turn to face me. Eventually I pull myself into the seating position, pressing my back into the wall. My stomach's killing me. My hand is pink, shiny, and bruised, and covered with blood which now cools on my body. He managed to put my body into one hell of a state after only 24 hours. After a few more minutes, he turns around and faces me again. His face struggles to keep calm. He looks down at his boots. I follow his gaze. They're shiny and wet. Because you're filthy blood on my shoes, he states in disgust. Wipe it off, now! I look up at him, not believing my ears. Clean your own damn boots! There's a small silence. A muscle is going in his jaw. He loses control again. He's going to hurt me again, I know it. Do I need to get another little lesson in obedience, girl? Shut up! I scream completely. Do you think I care about obedience? How can you stand there, ordering me to wipe my blood off your shoes after what you've done to me today? Do you really think that forcing me to do what makes forcing me to do that would make me accept that I'm below you? Well, it won't. Obedience is meaningless if it's forced. Obedience is meaningless if it's forced. No matter what you do to me, you can't make me want to obey you. I can do what I like! He shouts at me, losing his control. You should see. You don't seem to understand. You are my mercy. How dare you talk to me like this? You should be groveling at my feet, completely willing to do whatever I tell you. Why do you continue this insufferable insolence? Will nothing teach you of your inferiority? Do you think that I can't hurt you no more? He points his wand at me. Oh no. Oh no. Crucio! No, I can't. Oh my god, I can't. It burns. I'm burning. I'm scrambling on the floor. My body is being ripped apart into pieces of wild beast, teeth, nails, claws, and why won't stop? He lifts the curse. and I'm left shivering. I'm crouched at his feet, just as he wishes me to be. I look up at him through my tears. Why? I asked, exhausted with pain. Why are you doing this to me? He's silent. His wand still points at me. Please just stop. I grab the front of his robes, holding on to them as if I were drowning. You don't have to do that. It's not right. You know that it isn't. Would you want Draco to hurt like this? For what he believes in? He's the same age as me. His face doesn't even twitch at the mention of his son. But I don't stop. I have to get through to him. Please. You must have some kindness in you. You're not a monk. You're not your master. You're not inhuman, Lucius. Dare you use my name? He looked absolutely resolved. But I kept on talking. You must have some compassion in you. You're a human being. You must do. Can you carry on like this? Will you sleep tonight? Or will you lie awake, remembering my screams? His eyes drop away from mine. Am I getting through to him? Can you look me in the eye after what you've done to me today? I ask quietly. Not quiet. For a moment, it looks like he can't. He's still refusing to meet my eyes. Please. Get over me, he says, brutally kicking me in the ribs. I yell in pain and fall onto my side. I look up at him. The look of pure loathing on his face freezes my blood. Am I supposed to be moved by a pathetic plea? How dare you ask me to pity you? I detest you. He turns away from me, walking over to the levitating quill and parchment. He plucks them out of the air and puts both of them into his robes. I vaguely wonder how much of this interview he'll show to Voldemort. Perhaps he'll destroy everything that hasn't been specifically asked for. I don't suppose he'll want him to see most of our exchange. Some of it might be embarrassing for him. We shall resume our interview tomorrow. His lips barely moved as he speaks, and he won't look at me. I shall expect more cooperation from you when I return. In the meantime, he points his wand at the floor, and a goblet of water and a tiny loaf of bread appear there on the stone. You can believe whatever you want about me, my blood, he says, opening my cell door with his wand, but you could never say that I do not have a sense of hospitality. He slams out of the door, locking it behind him. For a few moments I stay still, curled up on the floor, and I roll my head upward and look blankly at the ceiling as silent tears roll down the corners of my eyes. I can't feel. Pain has anesthesiaed me. But I can think. I can't let myself think. If I think, I'll have to face up to what I've done. But I have to face it. There's no escape from it. It's going to engulf me, destroy me. My head's going to explode with the knowledge of what I've done. I've betrayed my friends. I promised myself that I never would, never give any information that would lead to their harm. But I did. So easily. I roll over onto my front and push myself onto all fours and crawl heavily over to my bed. As I approach it, I see the inscription, "Don't let them win." I failed. I let myself collapse on the straw bed, grateful for the comparative softness and warmth. I curl up in a ball, pulling the blanket up to my chin, waiting to sink into ever endless darkness, where there is no more pain. I start to sob. I can't help it. Tears roll down my cheeks and my nose runs. I cry and cry, long into the night, with no one to hear me.